Hello and welcome to the Main Protagonist podcast. I am Patria and I'm here with my anatomically unaware side character, Casper.
Just because I haven't studied biology doesn't mean you can call me out on that.
I haven't studied biology either.
I don't know where bones go, okay? Just
well, generally...
He's giving me shit because I'm mislabeling body parts.
You can't be gender fluid with body parts, Casper.
I'm not fucking gender fluid.
Okay, so anyway.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I just noticed that I didn't even put in the script to check how we'll be doing.
So, it's better that we don't ask at this point, is it?
Are we doing?
Are we doing? I don't know. Ask that to the 3 surgeries I had in the meantime.
Yes, if you're wondering why this episode is much delayed, this man is currently a recurring customer in the hospital.
Yes. I even have a little card.
Oh, you have a stamp card?
Yes.
So you get a free coffee?
No, a free surgery.
Nah, sweet. Oh, that's a lot better even.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need those a lot.
The 10th tumor is free.
Yes, there's another tumor freed from my neck. Also, it wasn't really a tumor, it was just a thing.
A thing. Malignant thing.
Well, it wasn't benevolent.
God damn it.
And then I am also suffering from winter depression and just general depression, existential crisis. I am having a good-ass time.
Oh, that's the good mood cocktail.
Yeah,
Actually not.
No, I also just ingested a shitload of caffeine and feel-good stuff, so let's see how this turns out.
I was doing well myself until I ritually sacrificed half my paycheck in a day.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I started renovating on my house.
Again?
I will be owning a bed for the first time in actual years. I've been sleeping on a sofa bed for years since my last bed deceased. And it's crap. And now I'm actually going to be owning a bed again.
Woo!
Woo. Also, but because I started moving some things, that kind of kicked off a domino effect.
Yeah.
Of having to move other things. And then it's like, hey, well, actually, instead of moving this, we could replace it. Oh.
You know, you bought a home trainer.
Yeah.
And I just fucking loved your first sentence to me after trying it for the first time. Yo, I'm feeling absent-minded as shit. What is this? Probably just tired of doing some actual sport for the first time in 6 years?
That's not fair. I swim sometimes.
Swim. Do you actually swim, or do you just dive?
I swim. We have practice runs during the winter when we can't go in the water, open water, so we practice in the swimming pool. And sometimes I don't feel like actually diving in a swimming pool, which is 2 meters.
Cack, that's not diving.
No, of course not. It's just testing your equipment, really.
Yes.
So I just swim a few laps for about an hour.
Well, that's not very tiring either, unless you do, actual proper hard swimming.
I do not do actual proper hard swimming.
Yeah, I did not think so.
I flop from one side to the next.
Yeah, and do you even, what is it called? Do you,
I do not do stretches, I don't know how.
I don't know how. Oh, yeah, that sounds about right. You know what? I'll just drop that one.
Does this thing work again?
Proper.
Sweet, delicious vodka.
Yes.
Which is absolutely in your your fridge.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
Need to have it cold.
Mm.
So, yeah.
So that's the general gist of how we're doing. Hospital clients.
In general pain.
Impoverished.
Mental and physical.
But I do believe we have some anime to talk about. Including a certain big one.
Yeah, that you finally got around to.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got around to it for the 7th, 8th time, I think.
Dragon Ball Kai on its own is, I think, my 4th watching now. Dragon Ball Z in its entirety, the 291 version, I watched 7 times. I watch a lot of Dragon Ball.
This man watches a lot of Dragon Ball. That's going to be evidenced by the fact that we have a lot of Dragon Ball on display. And this is only the stuff you see, by the way.
Oh, we don't go there. I mean, they can barely see it in the corner if you're watching the video. That's the oldest poster I own. I have owned that poster since I was 6. So that thing is more than 20 years old.
Damn. damn. Still in really good condition.
I never threw it away. I always took it with me. So, yeah.
Yeah, but we finished Dragon Ball Kai, at least its 4th season, and the special. I believe that only leaves the Buu saga, which you mentioned isn't very good in Kai.
Well, not specifically in Kai, it's just general. It has some nice story beats, but it's more of the same. It doesn't introduce anything wildly new in any sense. And as you can probably tell, Frieza Saga was just an exponential growth for everyone. And the Cell Saga was, we have some actual nice story, but there's also this strong opponent. And then you have the Buu Saga, and it's just like, I just needed something to beat up, is what Akira Toriyama probably thought.
Okay.
I mean, it's still not bad. It's very enjoyable to watch. It's just not story interesting.
Because I played Budokai 3,
Yes.
which is what I was really waiting for, because I really want to finish Kai and then play Budokai 3.
Yeah.
But it actually seemed, what I glanced from that, because Budokai 3, in terms of storytelling, isn't very good.
Almost none of the games are.
Yeah.
Every game is like just your median Dragon Ball fan. They expect you to have seen the series.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It was like I played the game and oh no, it's the Cell Saga. Go beat up Cell once. Okay, that's the end of the Cell Saga.
Yeah, the problem with Dragon Ball Budokai 3 is that every character has its own story for every battle they are connected with. With, Goku has most battles, but Goku is all... In the Cell Saga, he fights, like, twice. The entirety of Cell Saga, I think he fights Android 19 and Cell, and that's about it.
Oh yeah, and the Android 19 fight they didn't even put in the game.
No. With good reason, because 19 isn't in Budokai 3, if I remember well. And, who wants 19? Have you ever heard his old voice actor?
No.
It's horrible. I mean, this one is still horrible. He still sounds like he looks like a mime. They should have cast him like a mime. A mute. Because he's horrible. But what are your general opinions on Dragon Ball as of now?
I am happy that I've finally seen it. It lives up to expectations, even surpasses it in some regards. Because I wasn't expecting some of the storylines to actually be as interesting as they turned out to be.
Okay.
As you mentioned, the Frieza saga has this very interesting tug of war going on with the Dragon Balls when they're on this new planet and everybody's just kind of doing their own thing, trying to secure this massive power source.
Yes.
And that's really interesting, especially because it has like Krillin and Gohan were comparatively the weakest things on the planet at that point.
Well, not the weakest things, but they are...
Yeah, the weakest characters that matter.
Yes. The weakest character with an actual name.
Yeah. So that gets really interesting because they are so weak and they have to go up against Vegeta and Frieza and all these minions that are super strong.
Yeah,
and just how they go about that adds a lot of tension to the situation. And
especially with the psychology, because, Gohan is just literally a 5-year-old child at this point. And Krillin, he isn't... Well, he's kind of used to ruthless murderers, but not literally being surrounded by them. Mm-hmm. As Vegeta just decimates a village. And, Frieza, we don't even have to start about Frieza. He just kills whatever is in his way. So, yeah... that part is pretty interesting.
And then you got Cell Saga, which has this very interesting storyline with the time travel and how the characters go about fighting against these android murder machines.
Yeah, and that you have multiple timelines, and I just want to put out there that it's funny that the third timeline, where everyone kind of dies, is the safest timeline.
Yeah, you mentioned this during the podcast. No, not during the podcast, when we were watching it.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Because... in the third timeline, this is where Trunks went back into time, saved Goku and such, and went back to celebrate and got killed by First Form Cell. Funny part there is, since third timeline Cell is current timeline Cell for us, that means that there are no enemies left in the third timeline. So Bulma, if she's still alive, that is pretty safe. Everyone there that's still alive is safe now, because Majin Buu from the next saga only awakens when there's a sufficient strong ki around. Well, since everyone is kind of fucking dead, that is not really an issue anymore.
Maybe Master Roshi?
No. As the scouter has said, his power level was 139. By the time we're on Namek, Goku already has a power level of 180,000. And by the time that Majin Buu actually comes around, everyone is in the billions. So, kinda insufficient, I would say. Yeah, no, just Dragon Ball theory crafting in general is fun because there's a lot which Akira Toriyama just kind of went meh to, and a lot of people just extrapolated from there.
Yeah, I've heard some arguments that you noticed in Dragon Ball Z that Toriyama really kind of wished he could have stuck with his old gag manga comedy style.
Yeah,
a lot of things are just kind of put into the story as little throwaway things and then never elaborated on, or they don't make sense to begin with when you actually think through the implications.
Yeah, and just the Cell Saga in general shows this the best. Because, well, Akira Toriyama is a bit of a weird writer in general. He tends to write especially villains like real life experiences for him. Like I told you already, yeah. Frieza was drawn up to be a car dealer. So Akira Toriyama has some horrible experience with car dealers. They decimated an entire race of hardworking people who just wanted the car. And then you have the 3 forms of Cell. The first one was based on his writer or his assistant, I think, one of his editor, one of the producers. I'm not entirely sure what it was. And again, and yeah, you're right. Just general, you see a lot of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, but it's just the in-between moments with the just a little bit of a story beat here and there, and then it just kind of drops on its face, falls on its face, and it's just like, well, we'll just roll with it.
Yeah, and it can get away with that because it has the action scenes, and that's what everybody comes for. So people are like willing to at least dismiss a few story inconsistencies.
Yep.
One that I really like, and that Budokai reminded me of, is when Goku arrives on Namek. It's like, no, don't say anything. Shh.
Let me read your mind.
Let me read your mind.
Also, this never comes back.
Yes.
Because this would be perfect in the Cell Saga when they went to the hyperbolic time chamber to train and he would come out of it. They bring Goku up to date in real time. He could have just plopped his hand on Piccolo's head or something. Just like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that could have worked if, like, the angle was that Goku wanted to eat, so he didn't want to, do his whole mind-reading shtick.
Yeah.
But he first eats, and then he asks what the story is.
Yeah, also...
That could have been done a little bit more efficiently.
Can we just take a whole round of just telling how retarded Goku in general is? Because people, especially people who have just watched Dragon Ball Z, only Dragon Ball Z and not Dragon Ball Kai, have to realize how fucking retarded Goku is. Because the English dub made him out a lot better than he is. And especially if you think his action's true. And the Cell Saga is the perfect example of his fucking mental degradation.
I appreciated the Cell Saga for at least being honest about it for once.
Yes, Goku will wholeheartedly, no, Gohan can handle this. I know what I did. I trained it with him. Did you ever inform Gohan about the fact that he's going to be the savior of Earth? Because he's just a fucking 9-year-old at this point, thinking he trained his dad to defeat Cell. Huh. Well, now that you say it like that, oh shit, I fucked up. His son and him, meanwhile, being fucking strangled and his back almost snapped.
Oh no, I fucked up and I'm all out of beans.
I'm all out of beans. Also, just the storytelling beat there where Goku doesn't take a fucking senzu bean when he's done fighting. He waits until the Cell Juniors arrive and then Cell just steals the senzu beans. God damn it. I know why they did that, because Goku would obviously mop the floor with the Cell Juniors, but it's a very obvious point where Akira Toriyama went, oh yeah, oopsie, how do I write this into the story? Ah, wait, Goku's just retarded. Nothing new.
Yeah, I believe I mentioned at least on the prior podcast that I at least understood, like, a general complaint by people is, well, why don't they just do this? Why don't they just do that and avoid all the problems? And a lot of the problems are deliberately engaged because they want to get stronger and...
Because Goku and Vegeta want to have their Saiyan boner stroked.
Yeah, indeed. And that's kind of the theme of the series. Overcoming ever greater dangers and getting stronger and fighting new worthy things.
But here lies the issue for me, because Goku is well aware of the danger he brings to being alive. That's why he chooses to stay dead at the end of Z, or Kai, after the Cell saga. He deliberately chooses not to be alive anymore because everyone suffers for it. And then the end of Z rolls around and he's like, lol, JK, I'm back, baby.
Baby!
And especially in Super, they take this stupid grade a whole new level. Because as I already explained to you, you have this character Hit. And he just, which is just a hitman. Because Akira Toriyama is very creative when it comes to names. And he's an interstellar hitman who can stop time and kill anyone. And Goku already fought him once. So he knows how strong he was. And he was like, how do I fight this strong person again? You know what? I'll put a hit out on my own head. What? The actual F, Goku. You're supposed to be a family man, but you choose to fucking die haphazardly.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Because that's my complaint. It's very inconsistent in like how generally good-hearted the characters are, I suppose, to work with. Because exactly as you say, it's a good mentality. Like the whole premise of the series about finding new things to overcome and improving yourself and finding new challenges. That's cool. That's fine. That's great. But outside of the scope of your self-gratification for getting stronger, there's still a whole planet.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of people that aren't in on this whole you getting stronger and having a nice fight thing that you're doing here. And it just really comes off as the characters being incredibly fucking selfish and actually kind of monstrous in a lot of regards.
Yes.
Because you mentioned this while we were watching, like, hey, they never really addressed that Vegeta is committed genocide, right?
No, they never do. It's just, well, actually, technically Vegeta didn't kill much on Earth.
No, not much on Earth, but like in one of the filler episodes that we saw in Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z Abridged, the filler.
The entire planet.
Yeah, that's filler, so that's non-canon. But still, that's it was a general stake point of his character, just being a ruthless fucker, killing everything in between. But honestly, if you just take the actions we've seen in canon Dragon Ball, he hasn't killed that much. Nappa fucking blew up the city. And Vegeta killed actually fucking no one on Earth. I mean, if you think about it, he literally killed no one. Yeah, a Cyberman. He killed one Cyberman. And Nappa, I suppose.
Honorary citizen Nappa.
Yeah, but funnily enough, that just redeemed him more than cast him in an evil light. Oh, he killed all their friends. Let me kill him now. Not because of the reason he killed them, but more of the reason he's a useless cripple now. So, yeah. Vegeta is just a weird character in my eyes. Yeah, because he is idolized by a lot of people. And I just don't get it, because he's just generally a fucking douchebag to everything around him.
I think it's kind of a result of people realizing that, yeah, Goku is strong, but he's just kind of a doofus and not really cool.
And Vegeta is edgy.
Yeah.
And he has a receding hairline. So relatable.
Yeah, he is the Shadow the Hedgehog to the Sonic.
He definitely is. But I like I fucking hate something about Vegeta, because he's always portrayed as this steadfast, ruthless warrior. But the moment one thing goes wrong, he just instantly goes like, no, I'm a flaccid penis. I won't do anything anymore. Blah. I mean, he hit Cell with Final Flash and he was just like, nah, not fighting anymore. Frieza proved to him he was stronger. Nah, I ain't doing it anymore. He's just fucking wanker. The moment he knows he can't win, he just stops. I don't care anymore. brooding in the corner. I mean, the end of Dragon Ball Kai, where we were, he just said, "I'm never fighting again," and guess what? He fights again.
Yeah, he kind of has the behavior of like a fucking 14-year-old, but he's like in the 30s, right?
At the end of the Cell Saga, I think he's 30-something. 32, 33?
There you go.
Something, because he is a slight bit older than Goku. Not by much, but a bit. Also, I like the current running theory that, because I told you this already, Bulma uses the Dragon Balls in between episodes to make herself look younger.
Yeah.
Especially later on in the show, there has been made a point. But now the current meta is also that Vegeta uses the Dragon Balls to grow taller. Because if you look at the art style, Vegeta just gets taller throughout the series. I mean, at this point, he's almost as tall as Goku, where first he was like a good head and a half shorter than him. So that was funny to me. Can I just say that I also despise one thing in Kai. I love Kai for a lot of things because it shortens a lot of the bulk of the show.
Yeah.
They included Cruel Fate, the song where Future Trunks fights Cell with, which is a badass song, by the way, but you don't include this Saga staple song of Tamashi to Tamashi. Soul versus Soul.
Oh, you were...
I was so bothered by
When we
that.
were watching it, you were like, oh, Tamashi to Tamashi. You were just waiting for it to pop in. It just never did.
And it never did, and I was very sad.
I was just sitting there next to you like, when's the song coming, Patry? Where's the good song? Where's the good song, Patry?
Well, go on Transformed. They're supposed to be the song, but it ain't here. God damn it. Yeah, but a lot of the filler has been cut out because... and it's still some things... Oh, what was it again? In the Cell Saga itself, something just wasn't properly explained in Kai, which I had to explain to you. I'm not entirely sure what it was anymore.
I remember that you were bothered during the Frieza arc that they had the whole storyline with the frog.
Yeah, no...
That they kept that in.
Yeah, because that is kind of insignificant. It comes back, it is canon, but it's so insignificant. But, oh yeah, the second training of Trunks. Because Trunks comes out of the time chamber, Bulma says, "I'll cut your hair." And then you see him once with short hair, and then the next time he's on screen, they never said he went back into the time chamber, but he has long hair again. So you can just assume, but in Dragon Ball Z this is addressed, and in Kai it's just like, it happened. I guess. And it made me remember, because... the first appearance of Super Saiyan 2 what's the good word? Chronologically is still in the hyperbolic time chamber, which I can now stand to by my death because I finally saw the scene again. Because everyone is like, no, the first Super Saiyan 2 is in the Cell Saga. No, it's in the hyperbolic time chamber when Gohan was exhausted. That's the first time you saw Super Saiyan 2, motherfucker. Yeah, I have a lot of Dragon Ball hot takes, but... So this can go on for hours. But
yeah, this could be a dedicated Dragon Ball Z episode. Let's not do that.
Let's do that when we finished Z, at least, or the second bit of Kai.
Yeah, okay.
Then
I do have to say, as a final take, that watching Dragon Ball Kai has kind of made me interested in going back and watching the original Dragon Ball.
Oh, God.
And I asked a different friend of mine if he was also up for that.
Did he ever watch it?
No.
You're going to suffer.
Always.
Honestly. Especially going back from Kai. Dragon Ball is just this frustrating slog. Because every fight scene is not this well-choreographed scene. It's the scene... You see Goku punch someone. And then you see this repeated 3 times as an action shot. As they really like to do in 80s shonen. Mm-hmm. And I fucking hate it. And there's a lot of fantasy plot. Which is fine, but... It's really, really hard to binge. And it only kicks in after like 80 episodes.
Because to transition from Dragon Ball to a more general anime that we've been watching, I'm currently also putting this friend that I want to make suffer through Dragon Ball through Oncoming Nights.
Yes, with my favorite term ever.
Standard definition on Blu-ray disc.
Yes.
SD on BD.
Also known as we couldn't be arsed to do anything and we just converted files.
Oh,
I mean, they literally put this through the most scrappy Blu-ray conversion software and just like, lol.
this is the Discotheque release. At least Discotheque, compared to Eastern Star, at least removes the Jetix logo and the Fox Kids logo and that kind of crap.
Well, to be fair, that wasn't in that release. It's just that they kept it interlaced.
Yeah.
Which is fucking stupid. By the way, this might as well be interlaced. I'm not I'm not putting my trust in your ability to judge an image.
And
you can't really blame me on that. Also, I like how it's unrated. It's
I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's interlaced. 480i interlaced.
For people that don't know, which is presumably just about everybody.
I was about to say, unless you're Dutch and have a really good memory, you don't know what the fuck a Mongolia Night is.
Because the Mongolia Night subreddit has 32 people on it.
Nice. And you are 5 of those accounts.
This is a TV series based on a collectible card game, which was popular in the 2000s. It's
popular.
It was pretty damn popular, actually. Group S&E is a pretty big boy in terms of card games.
I mean, that the company is a big boy. That doesn't mean the card game is big. I mean, in Japan it might be a bit big, but every card game is a bit big there. I mean, Digimon cards were bigger here than Mongolia Nights. And who remembers Digimon cards?
Fair. Absolutely
I actually have those now and then I think about it.
But this is an isekai anime, an old school isekai anime about 2 kids that are that travel back and forth between the real world and the world of Six Gates, which is what the card game was set in. They want to bring these 2 worlds together by collecting 8 mystical items, and they are competing with a German nobleman who is also a brilliant inventor who wants to attain ultimate power with these items and conquer both worlds.
Also known as Slim Down Dr. Eggman.
Kind of. Slim Down
definitely is.
Slim Down, canonically homosexual Dr. Eggman.
Yes. I mean, he even has the 2 robot companions, and with robot companions we mean girl companions in this case.
Yeah.
It's literally Dr. Eggman, but without the cool voice.
I do have to say, it was a bit rough getting back into this show. The first few episodes are like attention deficit disorder directing style. It's really fast, really unexplained.
Just to put it into fewer, easier words, it's ghost stories at the police station. Put down the jellyfield! Gonzalez, go to the... Exactly. That's literally the first few episodes.
Yeah, especially if you watch the English dub, because the English dub, the first few episodes are blended together. It constantly
cuts between them.
Yeah, that makes the plot incredibly fucking fast.
Yeah, I because I've watched this too, but just the original release on Fox Kids at this point still. So yeah, my memories are vague, but even I, as a 6-year-old, remember it being fucking unfollowable for the first few episodes. After the first few episodes, I was just like, it's the standard thing where they go into the tubes and they go into the ship and they go to the fucking world and then they defeat them. Yay, I can follow that. In the first few episodes, I was just like, why does everything smell like copper?
One of the fun things it does in the English dub, the fucking cringy things it does, is that it moves the big first episode where they have an actual card game battle with all the monsters.
Yeah.
They move that very much forward because they want an action scene early on. But in that episode, they already have the character who teaches them about summoning monsters.
Yes.
Who gets introduced later in the story. But because they switch that around, they later have the episode where she is introduced, and they just go, "Oh no, we found her and she's knocked out. She must have amnesia."
Amnesia.
No, but we're 46 episodes in now, and it picked up along the way. It gets really fun. The monster designs are really cool. The monster designs were originally made by the guy who wrote Dragonhalf, so for fantasy, it's really cool looking.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of fun storylines. Characters are also nice.
It has also this very early 2000s trope, which I fucking hate, where main characters have different colored bangs to the rest of their hair. This is a really early 2000s thing. A lot of characters do it. I mean, even she does it, I believe it.
No, she's completely red. Only Mondo has different colored hair.
Yeah, I really don't like it because Ruby and Sapphire did that too.
As I sent to you the screenshot from Hanamaru Kindergarten, genetic abomination.
Correct.
I'm a really big fan of Gugo, actually. Mostly because of her voice actress. Mostly voices male characters, but in the Japanese dub, she has a voice that is like so soft, so cute.
Yeah.
It actually sounds like she has a very low limit on the amount of decibels she can put out. She is so soft-spoken.
Also, on an entirely unrelated note, because this is definitely in the time I also watched Cardcaptor Sakura. I just watched back Cardcaptor Sakura on Netflix because it was on Netflix, and I was just curious. I didn't watch the entire show. I just wanted to know one thing, and you're probably aware of the one thing I wanted to know. I watched the first episode, skipped to about 13 minutes, and they didn't say fucking Madison. They used the proper English dub. Fuck! I wanted the Madison dub.
They changed it. Now it's unruined, and I hate it.
It's not French anymore. Damn it. Yeah, no, I watched this when I was young, and I can't say I remember much of it. I just remember the ADD.
The English dub changes.
Well, the Dutch dub in our case.
Yeah, it changes the name slightly. Rokna is changed to Rokna.
Yeah.
Guko to Gluko.
Yeah.
Bachi is changed to Batch. And they kind of reduce the amount of how perverted Mondo is, because in the Japanese dub he is a skirt chaser. He is in a relationship with the girl character Rokana, but every girl he meets afterwards that is above a certain size, he doesn't chase the fairies, fortunately, but like
Tinkerbell safe.
Everything else he finds, he chases.
Yeah.
They reduce the amount of that, and they retconned that the count is homosexual.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, what have I watched? I watched a lot of horrible stuff, actually.
I saw some updates from your direction, yeah.
Yeah, I watched Monthly Girl Nozaki-kun.
Oh, that actually looks like a really fun story.
It's fucking tragic. It's fucking horrible. It's just the most default-ass rom-com story with no end.
Yeah?
So it doesn't end. And the only hook is that the main dude is an oblivious manga artist.
Yeah.
And he makes girl manga, which is really popular. And she's like, oh, I really like this manga. He is the mangaka from this. And just through the entire story cannot confess to him. And when she finally confesses, he's just like, I like fireworks. Literally, by the way. This is not hyperbole. And all the characters in the show, all the side characters, are just a caricature for his manga.
So he put everybody that he knows actually in the manga as caricatures.
Yes, and he's just like, I need a prince-like character. And they'll just say, I know someone at school. Introduce the prince-like character. It's just very flat, and it goes absolutely nowhere, and it does nothing special. Bumps into microphone.
Sorry.
It does absolutely fucking nothing special.
That is... I did hear, like, when it aired, that it was divisive. Some people really didn't like it. Some people got back and actually enjoyed it on their second try, but judging by how you make it sound...
If you can enjoy stupid rom-coms that lead to nowhere and have no result at the end, I'm pretty sure you're fine with it. Because there are people out there that could enjoy that. But I'm like that with shonen. If it's stupid shonen, I'm just like, brain off, I can enjoy this. But if you like stupid cringe that goes nowhere, you can enjoy that. I'm calling it stupid cringe. That's a little bit mean, but that's because I don't fucking like these stories. Because there's a lot of these.
No, when you say like romance that doesn't go anywhere, I'm reminded of Kiss Him Not Me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you've seen that as well, yeah.
Yeah, that's also horrid.
Yeah, that's actually fucking...
And I honestly...
No, I'm not getting into this
I mean, I haven't watched that for a while, so I'm biased here. I'd probably watch that again sooner than fucking Nozaki-kun.
Yeah, because Nozaki-kun is like, what, 2 seasons?
No. Yeah, it's 20-something episodes, I believe.
Yeah, at least you have half the suffering.
Yeah, I'm not even sure anymore. It could be the half one, but I suffered through it, so I didn't enjoy it one bit, so I don't even know how many episodes there are anymore.
Understandable.
It's just the one scene that I remember from it, and that's literally the first scene where she sees the main character or the main love interest for the first time. It's just a dude staring at a wall. It's just a wall, but he's actually staring at a cat. That's the only thing I remember. Because her entire reason to fall in love with him is also kind of sketchy in general. It's just like, he likes cats. He's late to school just like me. Yeah, I love this dude. And that's an oversimplification, but there's not a lot to it. I finally finished Konosuba 2.
Oh, nice!
Only took me a fucking, 6 months. I did not watch that consecutively. I honestly can't add anything to it that nobody has said. Kazuma desu.
Kazuma desu.
I fucking loved it.
It is really good.
Yeah.
I was very optimistic about it because I watched season 1. I was like, that was fun. Then I watched the OVA. I was like, And then I watched season 2. Like, back to the good shit.
I don't even remember if I watched the OVA. Probably not. I do remember. I just liked Konosuba because I like to shit on Dean, because Dean generally has this very horrid art style, but for Konosuba it really fits.
This is also made by Dean, by the way.
Yeah, this is actually fine, but in the mid-2000s they kind of, Higurashi and all that, that's where they got the main rap from.
Mm-hmm.
But everything after that just kind of, they have this fluid, weirdly thin-lined, woogly-wiggly art style, which seemed very basic and rudimentary.
I think an art director got fired.
Probably.
And surprisingly, they were actually a lot better when it came to CG.
Yeah, but my point was that they used this to their advantage, because, especially with Higurashi, I like how retrospect is the mother of all medicine in this case. Because I really fucking hated the art style of Higurashi, but only after Higurashi, the new one.
Gao.
Gao. Was Gao the first of the new ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sotsu is the second.
That's what I was confusing. Gao came out and I was like, yeah, no, the Dean art style fits so much better.
Yeah.
They did the perfect blend with kinda cute, but fucking demented. They were pretty much the only ones that did that. And Konosuba, it fits perfectly because you can do these almost cartoonish proportions with the stupidly big faces, and it just works in Konosuba.
I was recently, now that you mentioned it, I was recently rewatching some old C-Dog VA videos on his bad voice acting stuff. And he got a lot of stuff sent in. At one point he had the scene where Mion or Shion, I don't remember in this instant.
Either one of the green-haired.
Has the kids are missing, and they're looking for him. And Keiichi is on a ladder, and Shion/Mion is holding it, and she starts shaking the ladder and screaming at him.
Yes.
And somebody sent it in as, this is bad voice acting. Look at this cringe. And Connor was looking at it and was like, actually, I think this kind of fits well, and argued that it wasn't that bad.
It's kind of hard to laugh maniacally.
Yeah. And that's kind of the thing with Higurashi. A lot of the mania is very veiled.
Yeah.
Like, some event, you can't take everything that happens in that show at face value, which is something that I really hate when people do that.
Yeah, no, just in general with voice acting, especially English, because everyone speaks English at this point or understands a little rudimentary level of it. We like to judge voice acting pretty harshly, but you have to realize how fucking hard it is to convey proper emotion through voice acting, and especially when you're going fucking nuts. Because screaming really loud at a microphone sounds fun until you try it.
Yeah.
I mean, my man Sean Schammel has passed out 3 times just doing one transformation scene in Dragon Ball. That fucker has iron lungs at this point. I mean, I really still love this little story about Sean Schammel when he found out that Dragon Ball Super was a thing. Because they told, Japan is a few hours ahead of America or behind, whatever. It doesn't matter. It was midnight at that point that they announced Dragon Ball Super, and they told Sean Schammel was not aware of this. He thought, I'm done with Dragon Ball. I do this little role here and there. Yo, there's this new mainline series of Dragon Ball. Fuck no!
No!
My pretty voice. Voice acting is fucking hard, and just maniacal laughter is one of the hardest things to properly do.
Yeah, I kind of hate the argument, like it's a cop-out argument to say, well, if it's so bad, then you do it. But literally, try it sometime. If you listen to anime, try to recite some of the lines and try to capture the same feel.
And but record it and play it back to yourself. Because if you hear yourself in your head, you're like, oh, that sounded pretty good. And then you hear yourself back, oh, Jesus, that's fucking horrid.
I love singing along with my songs while I'm driving in the car alone, but I wouldn't want to have it recorded and played back to me.
Oh, hell no.
No.
I'm fucking horrid. I'm a horrible singer, but I'll sing to anything. You know this.
Yes, I know. I regrettably know.
I will not stop.
I have been stuck with this man in hotel rooms. I know.
Chala, chala,
no.
Yeah, but the difference is I don't care. I know I'm a horrible singer, and I'm very well aware of the fact. That's also a kind of a setup you need to accept. Other than that, I've watched Tenki no Ko, also known as Weathering with You.
Yeah, I saw that last night.
Yeah, I was just like, I have watched too little anime for an anime podcast. I must watch something. So I watched Tenki no Ko. I'm not good enough to at Japanese to know what Tenki no Ko meant at that point. I was going with Weathering with You. Yeah. And I expected weathering as in weathering away. No, they meant the weather. This irked me so much when I started watching this fucking movie. God fucking damn it. They meant changing the weather.
Yeah.
Because the main one...
That's the right word. Weathering.
Yeah, god fucking damn it. I was very irked by that. No, it's about... well, I don't want to spoil it. It's not... it's still not that old. But it's very standard Makoto Shinkai fare.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you fucking hate it. That's why I watched it alone.
I'm already mentally detaching from this.
Yes, I was about to say that's why I watched it alone, because I was very sure you wouldn't like it. In the first... the real thing that irked me, especially if you watch Kimi no Wa, Your Name, the first half an hour is utterly devoid of any plot.
Okay.
No driving force whatsoever. It's like, here are these characters. They do these things. Fuck you. We don't know why they do it, how they do it, or when they do it. They just do things.
This gives me only yesterday vibes.
Yeah, it's just the main dude comes to Tokyo because he didn't want to be home anymore. There's never been, and don't come at me with the hate in the manga, it's more explained. In the movie, there's no explanation. He just doesn't want to go home. No explanation. And in the manga, it was pointed out that he was either abused by his father or he didn't have a very nice home life. So he ran away to Tokyo. But yeah, this is never explained in the film, in the movie itself. Just like, lol, I'm here in Tokyo. Go back to your family. You can just go back. Fuck no, I don't want to go home. Why not? Not telling. Ah, yes. Thank you.
Consider me captivated.
Yes. Oh, poof. But other than that, the pictures were very pretty. Of course, it's a Makoto Shinkai film. I mean, the opening shot of the city zooming out, I have to say that is a fucking impressive shot. That is a very nice shot.
Imagine like how you just described the main character from the romance story staring at a wall, but actually at a cat. I just imagined you, hey Pat, why are you staring at a wall? No, I'm looking at a Makoto Shinkai still image.
Yes. No, I really, the music was nice as always. It was very Makoto Shinkai, but it's definitely worse than Your Name. I can really appreciate Your Name.
Do you think the man is desperate to kind of reclaim the international acclaim that Your Name achieved?
He really tried with this one, but failed. Because the main characters from Your Name are also in this, with cameos. The first one was a bit too much on the nose, because they showed him, and the camera just stuck onto him for 5 seconds, while he wasn't even talking anymore. So just like, hey, I'm here!
Waiting for
So anyway,
waiting for the sitcom laugh track to fade.
yeah, and then just fucked off. And with the other Mitsuha, the girl from Your Name, they just got her off screen first. You hear her voice, and you're like, this is Mitsuha. And then they show her, so it was just a little bit more or less on the nose. But other than that, I have to say the fucking main character is a dunce as usual, and the girl is this overly
Tradition.
overly competent girl. Yeah, no, I still liked it. It's a really good movie. It's really enjoyable, but it's not Your Name.
I was so invested in you retelling the story that I started picking Tomo's cat hairs out of the microphone.
Yeah, good luck with that. That's an infinite supply.
Well, besides Monkoli Nights, I also watched what I believe you've also seen, Hinamatsuri.
Yeah.
That was the group watch for the AniList community.
I fucking loved Hinamatsuri.
Yeah, I fucking loved it as well. I went into it kind of thinking... Yes. I went into it kind of thinking I'd be about it. Also because the scene that you just reenacted there, beautifully, I might add. Crunchyroll used that as the advertisement for a while, just that scene.
I mean, Barrett's pretty fucking hilarious, honestly.
And I was watching with Stian from corruptsafefile.com. I was watching a short on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
So, but it still plays the ads for every 3-minute episodes, and every time it was Hinamatsuri.
Yeah, okay, that gets boring pretty fast.
Yeah, so I was going into it kind of cautiously, but holy shit, I love it. The dialogue is so sharp, the characters are so funny.
Ita!
But also just the side stories that are in it are so fucking nice. The storyline with the girl that accidentally gets coerced into becoming a bartender.
Yes. Just stands there fucking terrified. I don't know what I'm doing.
And how that kind of envelops in her being accidentally growing up way faster than she should.
Yeah.
Also, the homelessness story, just everything around it is so fucking emotionally packed.
It's very wholesome, it's very well told, and it's still humorous as shit.
Yeah. And I like that. I love that it has that kind of special quality where it both manages to actually tell emotionally driven stories and still be just fucking funny. So
it's very well balanced. Funny. Because the scene I that I was reenacting, they have psychic powers in this show. At least some characters do. And it's a Japanese game where you have to not look where they are pointing. I think that's what what the main objective is. But they use their psychic powers to make the point. But the main character is, well, One Punch Man in this regard. She's just Saitama of psychic powers.
Yeah.
So the other girl's like pointing, and you see her cheek just kind of wallowing because of the psychic powers being exerted on her. And then it's the other girl's turn. She just points, she breaks her neck and slaps her into the fucking riverbed. I fucking love that scene. It's so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think the objective of the game is that you point in a direction, you say a direction, and then you have to. The other guy has to look in a direction, and has to kind of do the right one.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the game, but yeah,
And just the scene with the Yakuza, I fucking loved, where she just went into the Yakuza office and just fucking yeeted everyone out of the window.
And everyone has the same audio clip for their pain. Ouch!
Ouch! Ouch! I just falling out the window.
That is such good sound design. I loved it.
It is so good. Yeah, if I had to recommend a good comedy show, Hinamatsuri is really, really high on that list.
The only thing I didn't like about it is how it begins and ends.
Yeah, the beginning is...
Because... It begins with this very detached scene that's very isolated.
Yeah.
And then it says, 3 years earlier.
Yeah.
And then the entire rest of the show happens. And it doesn't get back to that preview until the very last moment. And then it basically plays the same thing again with a little bit of extra at the end. And it still hasn't explained anything.
Yeah, but that's the joke.
No, because the manga goes further.
Yes, but in the show it's the joke. And I really liked it in the show, actually.
I didn't take it as a joke. I just took it as...
Because in the first scene, she is shown as this martial artist.
Yeah.
But in the end, they just show her like, oh, no, she's just using psychic powers to kind of look like a martial artist. I kind of liked it, honestly.
I was dodgy on it.
Fair.
especially because I know that the manga goes further, and to me it felt like, oh yeah, we better put this in as the hook for if we get a season 2. Spoiler alert, they didn't.
Oh, yeah, spoiler alert, Nozaki-kun never got one either. God thank the Lord. Because they were hooking for it. Because I think I used 3 words here to describe it. Let's see, what did I write? Just this default point that all the comedy is based on miscommunication and misunderstanding.
Yeah, you hate that.
I fucking hate that. I know that's just a kind of a staple of Japanese humor, but too much, man, too much. Let's see.
I have seen it done well, but I know the pain when it's just kind of stupid and awkward.
It really gets annoying. Yeah, it's just they were really looking for a second season with the last sentence of that anime, and I was just like, nah, this ain't gonna happen. I just fucking hope it doesn't, because I can't handle more of this horrid shit. And until now, it hasn't happened, and it's been 8 years, so I'm content. I say that, but Full Metal Panic also got a new season after 13. So moving on to the news, I suppose.
There's one more thing. I watched Aim for the Ace, the 1973 version.
Yes.
Massively influential, very historic, absolutely fucking horrible to watch.
I can only imagine.
It has. We joked before about seconds per frame, and this literally has it. This is literally at seconds per frame.
Yeah, that's the 70s, and then you have the 80s with Dragon Ball. I'm just going to intersect you, I don't care. And then you have Dragon Ball, which just reuses the same 16 frames for like a minute. Just to be it's an action shot.
Oh, this does that too. This does it too.
Yeah.
When they actually have a scene that turns at a frame rate, you can be sure it gets repeated.
Yeah, Dragon Ball uses that a lot too, and it just, that irks me.
But what made it unbearable for me to watch, literally fucking unbearable, is the main character. Because it's like, you remember in Gunbuster.
Was it male?
No, it's girl.
Okay. You're safe for now.
Because you remember in Gunbuster how much we hated it, that Noriko, they constantly go like, no, she is destined to be the best pilot ever. And we're going to train her, and she's going to be amazing. She's going to be so good, so amazing. And then every time, she gets all this special training, all this attention.
And then she falls on a rock.
Every single time she has to do something. I can't do it. I'm so scared. Help me.
No, you can't. No, I can't. You must. Okay. And then she begrudgingly does it.
Yeah, this has that exact same thing. It has like every single time the main girl has to actually play tennis. She is such a fucking drama queen. It is unbearable to watch. She's just tripping over herself, just falling on the court like, oh
no.
Oh my god. Getting hit by the ball like 20 times, crying on the field. At one point she's in a training match and she somehow orchestrates a way to trip and fall so that she is literally hanging just
on the net.
Like this, all the way back with her arm over the net. And
the pain.
It is just unbearable to watch. And then every time it's like, no, she is definitely special. She's gonna make it. We just have to put even more attention on her and do more confidence training. And oh no, she is quit for the 3rd time in the past few episodes.
You know what I loved about that anime? Mm-hmm. Just your messages to me. What was that other tennis anime called? Diamond No Ace? I think you're thinking of Prince of Tennis. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, actually. I love it how often you can just make the most unmeant funny, just the most funny comments without you realizing it. Yeah, what's Diamond No Ace, right? Prince of Tennis. It's literally in the name. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But yeah, she also quits like 5 times throughout the show, and then, oh no, it's time for another episode where she regains her confidence and rejoins the tennis club.
Can I just make a bad tennis joke?
Go ahead.
Do you know why you should never have a relation with a tennis player? Love means nothing to them.
That was actually funny. Okay, with that we can actually move on to the news, which I think in your case is a begrudgingly, because yes. I found all the news items.
Yeah, I added nothing because depressive episodes and all that, being able to function as a normal human is almost impossible.
Okay. Because I had an idea for this, I kind of want to lead into it. The first 2 items are all virtual YouTuber related. We have Hololive virtual YouTuber Mineta Aqua gets a console game, and we have VTuber group Holostars to launch their first 3D anime on Friday. So that's a bunch of Hololive news. They're making games, they're making their own anime, and they've already quite a few Hololive VTubers have starred in anime and manga and doujins.
A lot of doujins.
So yeah, how do you feel about Hololive and VTubers becoming like increasingly multimedia stars?
Can I just say that I'm too fucking old for this?
You can.
I don't get the appeal whatsoever. I just don't get the appeal in general. I have some, I guess you could call them VTubers that I sort of enjoy. But the VTuber part really doesn't add anything for me. It's just their personality in general that I enjoy.
Yeah, like I've seen a few clips of Gargura, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is cute, this is fun. I like this personality. I like this little goofy, no, not skeleton, shark. That's the word.
Yeah,
I like this little shark girl.
I literally watch her only on, and this is. I'm going to be very contrasting here because I'm saying that I'm too old for this, but I do watch TikTok because I just like her fucking screaming clips on there where she just goes fucking nuts. I can enjoy those, but just in general. And
I think it's funny, but I'm like, I wouldn't follow 30 of these people that are all live streaming and all doing daily content.
Exactly. That's just a little bit too. It's kind of like K-pop in that regard. It's just this fad right now, or at least maybe it's not a fad. It's just people really enjoying it, and that's fine too. But I'm just looking at it and I'm like, nah, I can't feel anything. I like Lucy Pyre is her name, I think. I enjoy her. There's the one other one on TikTok that I like. I don't even know her name actually. She's German. She has a orca avatar. She's pretty funny. She has no restraints. That makes it funny, but all the other ones I'm just looking at it and I'm like, yeah, it's an anime girl with a voice.
I think it livens up Let's Plays, but I already don't really like Let's Plays much.
Yeah, that. Exactly that.
Especially if it, not even Let's Plays, just non-stop streaming.
Yeah.
So I can watch a highlight clip, but I don't make the click like, oh, okay, yeah, this is fun. I wish there were entire games and animes based on these people.
Yeah, exactly. I'm too old for it, man. I'm serial port generation. This is so USB-C.
In the end... Oh, sorry, that remark clicked with me. In the end, it's not in my way. It's not in my way in any capacity.
I'm not going to unreasonably hate it, but I can't say I get anything from it.
Also, the vagueness of these specific projects is a bit an unspecified console or portable game system.
Also, I like how they specify portable. Which portable system? There's just literally the Switch, and this is a hybrid. Mm-hmm. Or are they specifically talking about Android phones, and are they going to make a gacha game out of it? Because I believe that.
Possible. And the 3D anime is kind of like, this is like...
Is it made by the same people of X-Arm then? Because then I might watch it just for the funnies.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Well, the next one is yours in any case.
Life-size moving Gundam to stay on display until March 2023 instead of 2022.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of logical because they kind of wanted to end the exposition there, but COVID happened, so a lot of people that would have gone didn't get the time.
I didn't get to watch my 18-meter tall RX-78-2 model Gundam move. Ah!
Yeah, but that's actually the cool part, right? They actually made a moving robotic thing there.
Oh yeah, it's fucking lovely, because they had a Gundam there to begin with, and that one just stood there, which is also fine. I mean, that's
already really fucking cool.
I was about to say, I would be fucking impressed if I would just later like, yeah, I watched this when I was a kid.
Yeah. It's
real. And this moving one, that's just fucking cool.
I want to be inside of that.
God damn it.
That's not how it canonically happened, but I accept it.
Yes.
But yeah, they have a bunch of these on display, and they are constantly upgrading them, making them even more impressive.
Yes.
And I'm not to flare up any international struggles, but if I were Japan's neighbors, I'd be getting kind of worried, man. These robots are starting to look impressive.
They look mighty impressive.
Yeah, you firing nukes into our ocean? Bitch, we land our fucking mechs on your shores.
Oh my. Yeah, no, I really... I like this in general, because in Berlin...
Bitch to NATO about that.
Bitch into NATO. Hear me out. Giant robots. Just walks away. NATO be like, what? But in Berlin, they also had a Gundam model at some point. 3-4 years ago, I believe. I just barely missed it.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Yeah, the problem was I was there, then I left, then I found out the model was there. I got back, it was gone. Damn it.
Fuck.
Literally 2 days. They're pretty sad.
But yeah, this is really a testament to just how fucking important Gundam is to anime culture and even to Japan.
Yeah.
I hope that when I finally muster up the finances, the time, and the patience to go to Japan, I actually might be able to see one of these, because that would be really cool.
Yeah, I suppose that I would be going with you at this point, because I know how you are with languages.
Mm-hmm. Utterly refuse them.
And I think my Japanese is pretty much as good as my German, if not better. So I can be of use.
You should have seen the ultimate sadness on my face when we walked into a ramen restaurant in Hamburg.
Hamburg, yeah.
I look at the menu. All right, that is scribblies. I can't read those. And then underneath the scribblies, it only had German.
He was Patrick, translate, please. I want to know what I want to eat.
Help.
Ugh, fine.
Oh, man. But that duck was fucking amazing.
Oh, that was some good duck.
Duck.
Moving on to the one news item that I fucking despise.
I'm actually extending this one to you as well, because you sounded
utterly frustrated by this.
Yeah.
Niigata Prefecture government blames girl running with toast anime trope for declining rice consumption. For fuck's sake. So they have this entire ad campaign made around this, where now instead of a butter jam toast, she's running with a fucking rice ball in her mouth, which is entirely unrealistic, because try and take a step with a fucking rice ball in your mouth, it will be on the fucking ground.
Along with your teeth, depending on the hardness of the ball.
Oh, no, I meant specifically the fucking rice ball, the onigiri she has in her mouth. She will that will fucking fall, and she will slip on it, and then she will break her teeth. Yeah, no, just...
It is
Niigata has this image of themselves where rice is really important to them, and we are rice, okay? If this particular image of all our people in Niigata Prefecture not eating fucking the most rice in all of the world, we're fucking useless.
It is meant in jest, of course, but it is kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, but they still made an ad campaign about this, and still made like, we eat more rice, my brothers.
Oh man, have you ever seen the anime short as a advertisement for like the Gifu? No, not like the third biggest city in the Gifu prefecture, I believe it is.
Could be, yeah.
They have an entire anime propping up their tourism appeal, which is like the first episode of it is a sci-fi reimagining of the city, so that's already not at all applicable to the actual place that you can visit.
Yeah.
The second one is like a festival episode, which also doesn't address any tourist attractions there. Like, oh, a festival in Japan? How novel, how quaint.
How novel.
And the third is just a canoe ride. Is it a canoe? I don't know. Like through the canals of the city. Not like it's one thing. They have a river running through.
Yeah, but a lot of Japanese cities have rivers. You know that most civilizations start around bodies of water, right?
And yes, and then like the secondary character that's actually riding the main. No, not riding the main girl. That's not. That's steering the boat with the main girl on it. It's like, hey, did you know that the local government has recently refurbished the ancient historical castle? Interesting, right? Maybe you should visit it in our town.
Sinisterly stares back at her.
Please come to our city.
Please.
Yeah, it's really sad. Also, when you look at the map, it's like, I believe it's like a stone toss away from Nagoya, which is actually...
yeah, that's actually a city.
It is actually... it is not even detached from Nagoya, I believe. It's literally just...
Yeah, I have to say, I like the Japanese pride in general with their tourism, because every, even most villages have something to set them apart. Because I don't even know what it's called anymore. Because at this time, yeah, it's still now, I believe, I think for the month of January, you can find these manholes with Pokemon. With the Pokemon manhole covers.
Okay.
And you can put stamps down. But they're spread across an entire prefecture, I believe. But every village slash town you go to has their own thing, and these manhole covers are placed so that you're pretty close to the attractions of that town.
Oh, that is so smart.
And the amount of effort put into this idea alone, I fucking love it. But that's just Japan in general. Just the towns and villages always have something about them. This pride thing, not the LGBTQ pride thing, by the way. Just pride about having living there.
Mm-hmm.
And because I don't know what it was anymore, but you could get a boat ride on the river in this town, and this town was entirely, or the river was entirely surrounded by sakura trees.
Mm-hmm.
So spring rides there were pretty fucking rad. But it's just little things that make it fun, like that. But yeah, this campaign with the rice is a bit much.
Maybe people would eat more rice if rice didn't suck.
Well, rice doesn't suck. Rice is amazing, but also, why make a point of it?
So yes, the next time you run with toast in your mouth, just consider that maybe your breakfast would be better served with rice.
I mean, okay, but you know what I hate the most about this entire trope thing? The point of toast is that you can literally take it, slap some fucking jam on it, and run with it. Mm-hmm. That's the point. Do you know how long it takes to prepare rice? You have to rinse it, you have to wash it, you have to put it in the rice cooker. I believe it's 5 minutes or something. You have to wait for it. Then you have to make an onigiri out of it with seaweed and everything and red bean paste, and then you can run with it. That defeats the entire point.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of in a rush here. Just give me my fucking jam.
Yes. Just give me food. I know I'm overreacting, but just that's the...
We are overanalyzing this stupid rice commercial.
Yeah, so Ghibli Park announces November 1 grand opening. It fucking sucks.
All right, moving right on. No.
Yeah, I watched the video and it's just literally, look at this beautiful park we have. It's literally just a park. It's like literally a park around the corner here.
Yeah, but it has all these iconic trademark Ghibli attractions.
Oh wow, so it has airplanes everywhere?
I would hope so.
No, it doesn't.
It
literally has a house.
I want to go to airplane heaven.
God damn it, don't remind me of airplane heaven. Oh, god damn it. So yeah, they have this house in it. And the trailer for this park was entirely unwooing. I was entirely unwooed by it.
That's a choice of word, all right.
It's literally, this girl is looking at this path and is like, yeah, this is from a movie. Don't ask me which. It's a Ghibli movie. And then they look at this house. It's a Ghibli house. The end. The trailer is literally 15 seconds. Mm-hmm. It shows 2 shots.
I'm going to be amazed when this opens and like 10,000 people die in a day. And it's like, oh yeah, sorry, they walked right into the Nausicaa forest.
Get puked on. Yeah, no.
Not even butyl, just die of toxic air.
Yeah, that too. I mean, do you know how much Hayao smokes? The air must be putrid right there. Yeah, no, I have nothing to say. It looks shite, honestly.
Yeah, this Good luck with your new tourist attraction, Icy Prefecture.
Yeah, it's about 2.4 acres, also known as 9,600 square meters. Also known as my fucking living room. No, just kidding. It's quite a bit bigger, but it's just not interesting.
Well, this one is a bit... I keep punching the fucking mic.
Stop punching the mic, then.
This one is a bit dubious, but kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Summon of the Gods animated film nominated for French Caesar Awards. So, Summon of the Gods is a very interesting manga based on a novel about mountain climbing, mountaineering. It's a mystery story. And it has actually been picked up by a French Luxembourgish studio. Luxembourgish, is that the right word?
I think so.
Who made an animated film based on it, which is distributed through Netflix. And that has now become award-winning, which is interesting news, at least. It isn't officially anime, but it is based on a manga.
Yeah. Also, I just wanted to anger everyone in France, because you said it wrong. It's not Caesar. César. I know I'm being obtuse here. Yeah, I really don't have a lot to say about this. Because I haven't seen it, I don't know anything about it. But it's interesting in regards to being, French, Luxembourgish.
It kind of makes me want to read the manga, but one thing I find odd is that, or curious at least, is that the French seem to have something with manga about mountaineering, because it's also the only country for which Peaks is licensed.
Yeah.
And
to be fair, France licenses almost anything that's media because of their whole culture thing. I mean, most of our anime is based on the French version.
Yeah.
Either that or German.
That's why when we talked about Cardcaptor Sakura, we mentioned Madison and that it was being de-Frenched.
Yeah. De-Frenched. I mean, it's better that most things are de-Frenched, honestly.
Like Elsa Clodan. Sorry, history joke, I'll stop.
Please stop. Just like the English house. Oh wait, that got more French. God damn it. So yeah, no.
Because I'm actually kind of salty about that, because I really fucking like Peaks, but localization, translation of it stopped after a while, and the only official version is the French.
Putting that out there too, this is also because of licensing. Nothing of Konosuba is English dubbed, except for the movie. The movie, for some reason, has an English dub, but not the show.
There's no dub?
There's no dub. At least not that I could find easily.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Because it's NAS America, I believe. They don't do dubs generally.
Yeah, that's, I believe, the publisher that's publishing label for Sony.
Yeah, they do. They have Katekyo Hitman Reborn too. They keep that hostage as well. Or at least... It's either that or Viz Media.
I'm not used to your keyboards. So first of all, I typed it in all caps. Second of all, I made Konawuba.
So while you're looking that up, I'll just do the last thing. The last news bit. Saga of Tenya the Evil's Carlo Zen launches new manga with artist Ikumi Fukuda, excuse me. Yeah, I looked at this art style and I was instantly like, yeah, this is some Shin Megami Tensei shit. Looked at Fukuda's resume. Ah, yes, he has done some Shin Megami Tensei stuff. That makes sense.
Yeah, the art style was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, this kind of screams Shin Megami Tensei, but like specifically Shin Megami Tensei, not Persona. So yeah, it is about the Steampunk War Chronicle, or in Japanese, Hachigatsu no Sora Hosei no Kodama, which is set to be released.
The good man is sticking to his...
Yeah, it looks very militaristic.
Mm-hmm.
I might end up reading it.
Yeah, it does look interesting, and I really enjoyed Saga of Tanya the Evil. And, well, it has a good pedigree behind it. As it says on the ANN article, this is also cooperated on by the guy who who advised for military designs on Last Exile and Ghost and Panzer.
Yeah.
And especially Last Exile is just on point in terms of compatibility. I punched the mic for the 6th time today.
And people keep asking why the microphone doesn't work that well. No, just kidding.
So yeah, it is definitely interesting and has a lot of good talent behind it, and it is very much in Carlo Zen's comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely.
And that can be good. If this is just his thing, he writes military stories. Cool. I'd be curious to see what else he could do.
Watch the main character be a fucking elitist prick. I'm just calling it right now. He just looks like he would be. He looks like Tanya.
Yeah, he kind of has that military academy look to him, doesn't he?
Yeah, but top of the class military academy look. Not your run-of-the-mill academy look.
Interesting. Konosuba is, by the way, for British and North American release, it is licensed by Crunchyroll for streaming, and somebody on Reddit said that the English dubs are on Crunchyroll.
Huh, okay, then I couldn't find them.
But video, it is owned by Discotech.
Yeah, that also explains a lot. Yeah, I don't go to Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll gets thoroughly ignored by everything that is me. Yeah, we forgot about this little tidbit. Did we read any manga?
Did I read any manga? No, I've been reading my fucking book on IT security. Which isn't very interesting for this podcast, I fear.
Yeah, I got some certification in IT, but let's not talk about work-related stuff. I have read some Spy X Family, and
that doesn't ring a bell for me.
Yeah, obviously not. It's new.
Incredibly valid. So I'll let it slide.
Spy X Family is about this fake family. The main dude is a spy who has infiltrated this country where they are fearing that the leader may go at war. They have to try and get close and get him not to go at war. I just like how it's on the nose, because the enemy's capital is called Berlin.
This reminds me of Familiar of Zero, when they're invading totally not England. It's like, okay, we have to take the capital of Londinium.
London. Yeah, but okay. So the main character is a spy, and his new mission is to infiltrate this the leader's inner circle. So they think the easiest plan is for him to get a daughter and just get her into the same school as the dude and as his son, and make friends and then get close to him. But well, he is a world-class spy, as in he's the best spy, and he's very notorious. The child he ends up adopting is an Esper, so she can read minds. And the woman they end up playing the role of mother is a hitman. But they're all totally unaware of each other, except for the Esper girl, because she can read minds. But everything is so fucking funny in this show, or in this manga, because when Ma gets to their home as the mother, she's like moving in, and they're moving stuff around. And the girl's like, I can carry that. Oh, be very careful with it. And in her mind, those are all my killing supplies. And you see this kid just run away with it.
Those are my killing supplies.
I fucking love it. But it's perfect, because every time she is terrified, she has the same face as Lambo from Take Your Hitman Reborn. Which is just fucking perfect. Like, these, even by anime standards, humongously big eyes. Like, little line for a mouth, and like 9/10 of the face is eyes.
That sounds actually kind of fun, though.
It is actually hilarious.
Is it still going?
Yeah, it's still ongoing. But yeah, it just involves all around this. And the woman being the hitman is utterly oblivious about everything except killing people. Yeah, it's very well done up till what I have read, and I'm at chapter, I want to say 15, 20 now. The first 2 chapters are extended chapters, so those are 75 pages and 50, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's absolutely a fucking riot to read.
Nice.
It's one of the best comedies I've read in a long while. Other than that, I don't really think I've read a lot of manga, as you would like to say.
Manga.
So, what games have we been playing?
In my case, I got really obsessed with Hades, the hack and slash Greek mythology roguelike game. That started as, oh yeah, I want to try this. This is very acclaimed. And like, oh, this is fun. I want to play more of it. And before I knew it, I put in 20 hours. And by that time, it's a really good game. It's really well designed. It's really well written. But by the end of it, I was so fucking determined to get it over with.
Yes.
Because I put in like 30 runs. And I was so done. Like, unlike something like The Binding of Isaac, the runs aren't very different. You always get the same bosses. You always get the same levels.
Well, at this point, not anymore if you play one of the new Binding of Isaacs, but...
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's unlike The Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, but the new Binding of Isaacs actually have a real good variety of everything.
Yeah, that's the point. Binding of Isaac has good variety. Hades just has set levels with set bosses every time. So I was really fucking done. And I kept getting to the final boss and then getting my ass handed to me. I'm like, oh god, I'm so fucking tired of this. I am so determined to kill this motherfucker.
This fucker needs to be done.
And that kind of took away from my enjoyment of the story a little bit, because I was so fucking prepared to get it over with at that point. But everything leading up to that is so good and definitely worth the acclaim. It's made by Supergiant Games, who also made Bastion.
Yeah.
And the visual style, beautiful.
Yes. Bastion and Transistor, I believe.
Yep, and Pyre.
Yep.
So visually, it is absolutely gorgeous, and just the core gameplay loop, all the weapons, and that also just works really well. And kind of the main gimmick is that you have all the Olympian gods.
Yeah.
Well, not all of them, but all the ones people care about.
The ones people care about.
And
yeah, that's hard for me to justify because I've played Smite, so I know all the dumbass gods.
The gameplay is room to room, just like The Binding of Isaac, but you don't get to explore and go back and walk around. You have, every time you clear a room, there's a random number of doors, usually 2, sometimes 3, 4, sometimes just 1. It shows you what reward you get if you beat that room.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of choose, like, do I want money? Do I want this resource that I can invest in making future runs easier? Or do I want a buff from a god? And then these buffs really change up how you would play the game. Like, Hermes would give you boost to attack speed, movement. Athena makes you more defensive and has some offensive capabilities mixed into that. Hades, what's his name again? Ares?
God of War.
Yeah, wants you to fucking murder bitches.
I mean, fair.
He has such powerful abilities. Usually, I ended up in one run with several of his boons, which all give you Doom. And Doom is just this status effect that if you hit an enemy with an attack, or anything at that point, because my dashes inflicted Doom, my attacks inflicted Doom, my targeting reticule, my projectile attack inflicted Doom. After a few seconds, it just gets, bomb, an explosion of damage on that character. Hey, Ares really wants you to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And I am very happy to help him with that. So yeah, that game was really impressive, but a little bit annoying towards the end, once I was kind of done with it.
Fair.
It has this mechanic, which is called God Mode, which isn't what it sounds like.
No.
It's not like, oh, you switch on God Mode, you're invulnerable, just finish the story.
No.
It gives you 20% more defense, and then every time you fill a run, it adds 1 or 2%, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's a feature that you can turn on, and then gradually it makes it a lot easier to actually get through the game. If you play Hades, kind of feel it out for a while, and then decide very early on if you want that feature, because otherwise you can be stuck for a very long time past the point where the game gets to be fun.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I've played Sleeping Dogs. I was in the mood for, or wanted to try an open world game, because I'm notoriously bad at finishing open world games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played for 15 hours. I have to say the DLC kind of ruins it.
Okay.
Because at the start, if you have all the DLC, which you get for free at this point, you get a lot of XP towards your 3 main levels. You get face XP, you get Triad XP, and Police XP.
Yeah.
The problem is, all side content in the game is based on getting XP for one of these things. If you're level 10 in all 3 categories, you have no use for side content. Yeah, I want to add, I want to just make it known that the DLC adds 7 levels. You get 7 levels from the DLC alone. So you only have to grind 3 levels out of side content, but you can just do that with main content. So I was level 10 in like an hour or 2. And then at that point, you can just ignore almost every little bit of side content.
That is very awkward.
Yeah, then it got to the point where it has the same problem for me as Rage has. It's a rehash of a lot of the same things, and the story, I can't be bothered with the story. So I just it rotted into a corner, and every time I just started up, play for a few hours, and I just like, nah, I don't care anymore, and just Alt F4'd out. So at this point, I haven't finished it yet, and I'm pretty fucking close, but I just don't care a lot anymore.
It sounds, the way you describe it, it sounds like, let's play some Sleeping Dogs, and then halfway through playing it, you realize, man, I really wish I was playing GTA 5 again.
Yeah, kinda. And it's such a shame too, because I like the environment, but you can really tell that they didn't have the time or resources to flush it out very well, because you have these free running is a pretty enrooted part of this game. And you have these sections where you can vault around into the city, but the problem is not the entire city has this. It's just the set pieces that they use for missions, but they are still in the main map. So it feels really inconsistent to which parts of the map attention has been given. And the vehicular parts are just fucking awful, because the cars are just fall within 3 classes, and all cars within the same class handle exactly the fucking same. So just get an A-class car and just drive around. And I just have this issue with the GPS as well, because the GPS sets real-world routes, not the game routes. So it's just like, well, the highway should be quicker, so I'll give you the highway route. But it's literally 900 meters shorter, which in this game is quite a lot, if I just go straight there. No. We don't want you speeding, but speeding does nothing. Why, game? It's just annoying.
The way you describe those areas that are made for free roaming kind of makes it sound like, hello, welcome to the designated fun zone.
Yes.
Please remain within the boundaries.
Yeah, pretty much. It's as I said, the gameplay is fine. The combat is very Warner Bros.y, also known as just Batman combat.
Yeah.
Someone comes at you and they're blinking red, counter them. The end. And by halfway throughout the run, I just realized there's this one-hit kill move you can spam, which you just vault over them and grab them from behind, and that's an insta-kill. So I just kept that and doing that for every combat section, because the combat is just very fucking boring.
Yeah.
You have cool moves, but it's not like you execute them in a very different way. And this is just quicker. And then you have all these little mini-games that are thrown haphazardly through the game, like hacking cameras and such. And they are very easy mini-games. But you have this one mini-game where you have to triangulate a phone call. Problem is, you have to steal a car, not damage it, bring it to a specific point, and call. And then you have to find out where they are. The first time I was doing that, I didn't even get enough time to look at what the instructions were, because I got bumped by another car out of the position I was supposed to be in, and it instantly fails the mission. I had to do it 4 times, and the 4th time it gave me exactly enough space to park on the fucking side, on the side step. So I couldn't be hit by cars. Because if you get hit by a car once, you fail the mission.
Okay, that's just fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that was fucking obnoxious. And as I said, I really like the setting of the game, and it's in Hong Kong.
Yeah,
it's an expansion of the true crime series. And yeah, it's kind of intriguing, but it's very obvious that the main dude doesn't give a fuck about his police work. Because you have often these stories go like, you get invested into the criminal side of your story, but you have to be reminded that you're a police.
Yeah, Splinter Cell double agents.
Yeah, that kind of storytelling. But this dude doesn't fucking give a shit about being a police. He's just like, no, I'm doing the work because I need to be very stealthy. Winks very obviously at the camera, just like, no, I just want to kill a bitch. And there's also this point where they tell, guns are very hard to come by in Hong Kong, and
that's a part in the zero punctuation review.
Yeah, after they say that, you find guns everywhere, and if you have the DLC, you have a fucking grenade launcher in your home with an automatic rifle.
It's just decoration.
It's just decoration. No, it just literally falls on his face so hard just after like the mid-game.
Just like the blood of my enemies will be decoration upon my walls.
Also, I just want to add that the funniest part I find, you have a valet, which can bring you your car.
Yeah.
But you can also set a motorcycle to it. So that dude comes and he's like, here's your car. But you can throw him off the motorcycle, just fucking deck him off of it and punch him in the face. And he's still like, look, here's your car, cats! Thank you for using our service! Stands up, bloodied face, no problem, runs away. Unintentionally funny.
This man knows that he's capitalism's bitch.
Yes. So, yeah, I want to finish the game, but I also really don't want to put in the hours anymore.
Besides Hades, the only other thing I played significantly was Dead by Daylight. I kind of got back into that for a while. It's really difficult to get interested in the game because the community is just so fucking hostile to each other, to the developer.
Yeah.
And
it's just one giant circle of toxicity.
Yeah, absolutely. I got into it for a while. I played a few runs, but the skill ceiling for getting into killers is just so high that I really don't want to experiment with other characters because you have to learn complete new movesets and controls for it.
Yeah.
So after a while of just playing my new character, I was like, well, I kind of want to do something else for variety, but if I do something else for variety at my current level of matchmaking, I'm gonna get stomped into the dirt for a few hours, and that doesn't seem like much fun, actually. So I guess I'll just play something else.
You would fucking hate MOBAs.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, Season 9 started in Smite, and holy shit, it's unbalanced as fuck. Everyone was really hyped in the beginning, but that it quickly turned out that this was a literal, I think, the most minimal effort new season in a while. As in, yeah, you get a new game mode, but this game mode is just a combination of two other lesser played game modes.
Okay.
So you now have this map that just fairly unbalanced and plays more into the hands of the Conquest players, which is the main game mode, which I never play because I don't like it, because that's also a giant circle of toxicity. If you don't play your role well, you're just shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, a bad gold matchup? No, that's not an option. You're just shit. But yeah, no, so there's this new map, and you have some new items, but they are horribly misbalanced, in my opinion. And I know it's still early on, so not everybody's used to it, and they reset MMR, which is the equivalent of ELO. And it's just so frustrating getting to play with absolute brain-dead idiots at this point.
Chimps.
Yeah, it's like playing with you in that regard. It's just like, maybe if I smash the keyboard harder, my character moves faster, ooga booga. That's like how it feels to play with some of these people. And I'm just like, dude, just stay back, let me engage, I'm the tank. Lol, ooga booga, no, me hunter, me do damage. It just frustrates me. That being said, I also played a fucking bucket load of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Because,
you go back into that.
Yeah, because the DLC was actually not horrendously expensive at this point. So we bought all the DLC for like €33, which is pretty expensive by DLC standards, but
it's a bunch of stuff.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 still gets supported 5 years later.
Yeah.
Because I played it back in the day, and I think I finished it. I don't even remember at this point. And I was like, holy shit, how much DLC did they add? Oh, damn. So, yeah, Robin and I got all the DLC, and we finished that. Or at least I finished the game again with a new character and got his moveset kind of kitted out. And we're still playing. We still need to unlock a lot of stuff. But I put about 20 hours into that. Most of those 20 hours are like one day. And I've played Tales of Vesperia with Rolf. Also a game that we've started, played a shit ton in one day, and never touched again. Yeah. We've played the original Xbox 360 version.
Yeah, we played Tales of Abyss at 1.2.
Yeah. We started that in December, just before Christmas, and we kinda cheated because most Tales of games have this easy starter pack options, which give you like 30 levels and like a shit ton of money. We just used that because we were a pretty big way into the Xbox 360 version, and we still kind of remembered everything up to that point. So
you just want to get through the plot.
Yeah, and this is definitive edition on the PC, so they added a new character, and she instantly gelled with me because it's everything that Rolf hates. It's a loli, and her name was Patty. That's just pretty much my name, and I'm a petty bastard. So I was just like, Rolf, let me play the loli with the guns. No, let me play the loli with the guns, Rolf. So at this point, Rolf really fucking despises me for playing the loli with the guns. And I love it.
Malice.
Malice at the best point.
Malicious compliance.
Yeah, I really like the game. We're still not finished because we haven't played in almost a month, because that's just how we work generally.
That's how we do.
Yeah, Rolf doesn't feel like playing PC games at this point because his graphics card is on the fritz. Yeah. Again. He really has bad luck with his computer at this point.
So we did something, I think that was like gaming challenges or something. We do that on the show sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I don't even remember what I gave you.
The fucking Escape from Monkey Island.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I played it twice, by the way. I finished it on the PS2 with Rolf. And I played it alone on PC just to make sure how shit the game was. Because Rolf, I play with Rolf, it's always a kind of dispainted picture, because we always have fun, because we make stupid jokes. But we can both agree that there's this certain mechanic in the game that can fucking die in a hellfire, and whoever designed it better have been castrated at this point. You have this little thing that's called Monkey Combat, and yes, it's of course with a K. And it's pretty much stone, paper, scissors, only with 5 things, and you don't know which is weak to what. And this is randomized every playthrough. And you have to find out manually. And even if you know a counter to that move, you may not be able to use it because you don't know it yet. As in, you might physically know it, but if the game doesn't acknowledge you knowing it, you can't use it. And only after like 3 hours of absolutely suffering through this bullshit, we find out there's a chart in the game which keeps track of it, which is not explained. And then you have the standard point and click bullshit. Like the best example is the fucking restaurant, cafe, diner, whatever, where you have to get a map to Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's this picture on the wall, which is wax painted. So, and for some reason, we are aware that this wax paint needs to come off, and that will reveal the picture. So how do we do this? Okay, well, it's a sushi diner now instead of a grog bar. So you order something, and then it comes onto this conveyor belt, and you set it on fire. I don't even remember how you're supposed to know this and with what you set it on fire, but that doesn't matter. Then it rolls around to right under the painting, and you have to disable the conveyor belt. Then this motherfucking chef comes in, mon dieuing, because of course he's French. Then you have to go into the back and disable the monkey boiler, because of course it has monkeys to work. And at this point, the paint has melted off, and you can see the map. You go back in, and you get the map. How am I supposed to know any of these steps, motherfucker? None of this makes sense.
This explains why Rolf sent me a message on Discord saying, fuck you and fuck your monkey combat.
Yes, we were both very much annoyed. And we used a guide, and we were still annoyed. Because, as I said, most of the game is fine with a guide. Because it's just follow step this, do this. Funny. and you have, but some things are randomized, like the monkey combat, which is just fucking frustrating to get a hold of. Just getting, Rolf played that part mostly, and he was just smashing random buttons, hoping it would do something, because we were both ready to throw a controller at the fucking monitor. We got so fucking angry at it. And the fucking graphics were horrendous. Like, legitimately PS1 era. As in, the backgrounds were static images with the most simple polygonal characters. As in, this could be a PS1 game. Not the hyperbole. This could legitimately be a PS1 game. And Rolf and I played it, and I was like, I can't imagine it being this fucking horrid. So I replayed the entire game on PC. Also, the PC version is bored to all hell, so I had to play it on my very old laptop, my Windows XP laptop, because I couldn't get it to work on anything else. They even made launchers for Windows 10 specific to patch things with DG Voodoo. You don't even have to know what that is, just it's annoying. And it just wouldn't want to work. Okay, fuck it, I'll play it on my fucking old IBM laptop. Finished it again there, and my opinion hasn't changed. If I had a CD, I would break it.
Well, I would say that this is all slightly regrettable. I have given you 6 points.
Good.
Which is more than we usually do for beating a game, because this is beating the game multiple times.
Completed, because I 100%ed that bitch.
Nice. I played Chantilly's.
Yes.
Which was a very good pick on your part, because I am a massive fan of Reciteer. It's my favorite game of all time. I fucking love it. Never played Chantilly's, which is its literal sister game by the same developer. But where...
on that note, by the way, I finally got the Carpefulger collection.
Nice. But where Reciteer is a top-down shop management game, but a little bit of dungeon crawling on top of it, Chantilly's is a dungeon crawling game, 3D, with a little bit of management on the end, on the side.
Yeah.
It's strange, especially because, these guys really just went and made a 3D action game after their fucking shop management mini game kind of worked out. It's like, that's ambitious. First thing I had to do was get over myself and actually put in a controller, because the PC controls are actually fucking horrid.
It's a Japanese developed game. Yay! And you might be very happy that Steam even supports controllers or controller input conversion, because I can tell you from experience that Chantilly's doesn't do X input at all. So if you had played before that Steam update, which I have, you can't play with a controller at all properly.
Yes, then you're stuck with Z, X, C, and V.
Yay! Old computer controls.
Hell yeah. I played it quite a bit. It took me a while to get into it, but once you actually get into the game, into its action combat and its magic system, it gets really, really fun. It has good bosses, it has fun levels. And the art style I really like, this kind of 2D, 3D hybrid where sprite characters that are obviously 2D are wandering around. It's really nice. I do have to say that I regret that the game is designed, by design, unfun.
Oh.
That is kind of a point, isn't it? Because what it does is it has these large levels, which are like 5 to 6 stages long, which can be really large stages. And... you have to get through all of that, defeat the boss at the end. There's no health items that you find regularly. All of that in one solid go.
Yes.
If you die anywhere along the road, you have to go back to the very start of the level and do all of it again.
Well, that sounds like a dungeon crawler, alright.
Yeah, but this is a little bit longer than your average dungeon crawler.
I wish to disagree.
Some of the levels are pretty damn big, man.
You do realize that most dungeon crawlers are like 8-hour dungeons, right?
Yeah, but there you have health potions and stuff and foods that you can use.
That's debatable.
It's not everywhere, but this is one of the ones where it certainly is not present.
Fair enough.
Unless you have very good luck and you happen to find like a crate that has like 20 HP in it, or you learn the spell that gives you a bit of health if you find the exact right gems for it.
Fair.
And I got through all of the game with a lot of hardship, because in the end it throws in some fucking 3D platforming. Oh, that is cruel.
Oh, I'm so aware of this.
Yeah, but then I got to the end, and you have several bosses back to back, which you also need to do in one solid go.
Yes, of course.
And the boss does like 80 damage per hit. I couldn't do it. I watched like the final cutscene on YouTube, and I was like, okay, that's fine.
I'm okay with this.
I am very at peace with this.
That's Robin and me with Jack and Dexter.
Because I beat the last boss. I beat like the boss before the final boss, and then I got halfway through
The golem fucker.
Yeah, and that's as far as I could get.
Yeah, that sounds like me and Robin, because we were playing Jack and Dexter, and you have to collect everything to get the final cutscene. And when Robin is like, "Fuck this collectible thing," and just watch this the final cutscene, I knew enough. Yeah, I did finish Gentleys back in the day, but that's been a fucking while. As in, I used the input controller for that. Then you know how old, how long ago that was.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are the new games though?
Okay. First of all, how many points do you give me for beaten? Because I got to the final boss and then watched the cutscene.
Gotta be honest, what was 4 points again?
3 points was for played a few hours and then stopped. 5 points was for beaten the game.
Well, I'll give you in between then 4 points.
That seems totally fair. Okay. Yes, I would like you to actually save that, Google.
That would be appreciated.
Okay, so I give you 2 options.
Oh, Christ.
You can either play a game with me.
I like how you did this last time too.
Oh, I gotta do this again.
Christ.
You can either play a game with me, or you can play a game solo.
Literally, on one hand, I want to say I want to play it with you. But on the other hand, I'm very bad at motivating myself to play a game if it's not exactly after the podcast. Because after the last 2 podcasts, I literally finished the game the day after the podcast. And I'm pretty sure if I'm playing with you, this is going to take a while. Usually, fuck it, I'll play something with you.
Vermintide. Warhammer Vermintide.
Ah, Christ, that's, the Left 4 Dead-ish dungeon, Dungeon Defenders game from
No, it's really Left 4 Dead-like. You play as, you can pick between various classes, and you go through levels filled with Skaven. And you have to reach just the end of the level, and then you have a climactic event just like Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
And with special Skaven that punch the mic. That
just curious.
Harass you, and there's an RNG system for loot.
Yeah, I'm pretty aware of the game. Do I have it? I think I have it.
You have it.
Yeah, Vermintide 1. Just out of curiosity, what would be the other game?
Reciteer.
Yeah, I thought as much.
Yeah.
Jokes on you though, I finished that.
Ah.
Once. And with a guide, because fuck the selling system in that game.
Oh, it's pretty easy actually. Well.
Yeah, but you are very aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to sell something expensive? Don't. Fucking don't. If you do that early game, you fucked late game. I'm very well aware of that point now. So you have to give me another game. Because I still would have gone and played Reciteer. That's why I asked. So give me another game. Think of it quick.
I don't have in my head everything you own.
Well, you can look around.
Blood will tell.
Blood
will tell.
Oh, that's fucking nice. Yes, I'll play that.
Wait, so you don't want...
Oh, jawel. I'll play Vermintide with you. No problem. But I'll also play Blood Will Tell.
Glee.
I fucking love Blood Will Tell. It even has co-op. I can force someone to play Blood Will Tell with me.
Yeah, but not me.
Oh, no, fuck no. Not to shit on your skills, but you do not have the skill set for that game.
I accept that.
Because it's Dark Souls on steroids.
And what do I get?
Well, you know what you get.
Alright, I did good then.
Yes. You get, I already, Pathfinder.
Pathfinder of the Righteous, yeah.
Yeah, Pathfinder of the Righteous and the Renegade Path, I suppose.
He held his hostage for me. I want to finish that game before Warhammer 3 comes out on February the 17th.
That's literally my birthday.
I say. And, but if I don't get forced to do it now, if I get sidetracked on something, then I'm just not gonna make it, and I might never actually finish Wrath of the Righteous. So now I'm gonna do that actually.
Yeah, you asked me nicely, and I was like, my one condition was like, if you don't give me fucking shit, I'll give it to you.
That's why I said he's holding this hostage for me. So I actually put in a lot of effort to find something you would like.
Yeah, I'll play Vermintide. I'm fine with that because you know how I play my Left 4 Dead, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, I put like 300 hours in Left 4 Dead at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah. Then we have this weird thing called a hentai challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched one episode of Agaruter because I could not get around to it. And it was yesterday. It was like 12 o'clock. I was high as fuck on my sleeping medication. I was like, fuck, I at least have to put in some effort. I'll fucking watch the first episode. And just it starts, the way it starts out alone, I was like, oh no, I did a oopsie.
Oh no, incest.
Yeah, and I watched the English dub.
Oh no, that's actually the perfect way.
Yes, and it just starts with a dude moaning, "Mother!" And I was like, "Oh no!" And I was aware that this was in the Tenchi Muyo universe, and this is the first thing I watch in the Tenchi Muyo universe, and it's just a dude moaning, "Mother!" And I was like, "Oh no, Christ!" But then you literally get 4 minutes, and it's just a shitty fucking space opera shonen anime with porn.
Yes, I love it.
It was so stupid. I loved it, by the way.
It gets
in the worst sense. I loved it.
It gets increasingly more stupid as it goes on.
Yes, because you had I'm just going to spoil it. It's from the fucking 80s, I believe, or early 90s.
I don't remember.
I don't care, and nobody's gonna watch it anyway. And the only way
you should do it.
But they can't, because literally the only website I could find that was hosting is BakaBT, which is a fucking closed community.
Oh no, it's on H-Anime TV too.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Also, I fucking called it. Shumatsu Harem is already on hanime.tv.
Yeah.
Shumatsu no Harem. But yeah, it starts out by them getting abducted by another space pirate. By the way, they get caught in a literal present, because the way they get captured is they get a square or a cube turned around and then it gets a fucking bow on it. It's fucking dumb. Oh, okay, we're done fucking, son. Now you have to fuck this lady. In somewhat different words. And he makes her come eventually, and then she turns into a beast. And then her mother is like, no, you have to make her come again, but with your penis. And then she turns back. And then she gets told, you're a really weird human thing. And that makes you transform. But you are mostly human, but you only become not human when you are horny.
He said that this was paraphrased, by the way, but this is very accurate, actually.
This is very accurate.
It's very accurate to the plot of Agarute.
And then he fucks her again. And then the main bad dude shows up. They beat him. The end.
3 more episodes of that, baby.
Yes. And it's just like, okay, we go our separate paths. No, you're the only one that can make me horny and survive. Let's do it. I'll follow you anywhere. Yeah, this makes perfect fucking sense. Also, the main character is a fucking dunce, of course. He's just like, lol, I'll fuck you. My mother told me how to fuck you.
Yes, that's the point. He's literally homeschooled by his incest mother.
Also, not his real mother, but they keep calling him her mother. Mm-hmm. She's also this very malevolent fucking bitch. Not on screen, by the way, but you can just obviously see she has an agenda.
Yep. You gave me Bible Black, which is a default suggestion, but one that I enjoyed.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Do you like watching 30s porn stars or they look like they're in their 30s, but they're actually 16?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bible Black's for you. Everyone is ripped and everyone has silicone tits.
Bible Black is amazing in a lot of ways. It's a very dark fantasy story. It's only dark fantasy because all the characters are absolutely fucking retarded.
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh, wow, I found Satan's party room in the basement of my school. And blood is everywhere. Oh, it's sick, man. I'm gonna take this book. And I'm gonna learn dark magic from it.
And I can make people horny with it.
Yes, I'm gonna use this to fuck my friends who would fuck me anyway if I asked, but...
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna force them.
And now my teacher is fucking me into submission.
And now I'm a little sub boy.
Yes. And I'm also too dumb for the plot. I'm literally here because I have a penis.
Mm-hmm. Literally, yes. It has a lot of plot beats that are just hilariously stupid in their grimdark nonsense. And also just the English dub is perfect for it in that sense. Like there's one point where they walk into a classroom and there's a commotion. And there's just a girl being raped against the lockers. And it's just these guys standing
Oh, whoa, not raped. She wanted this.
Yes. She wanted this, but not like this, and it's complicated.
Well, she's obviously fine with it.
Mm-hmm. And there's just this little extra dude's like, I don't know, man. Just started raping her. Weird.
Weird. Well, the English dub Garuter had that too. On the end of the episode, and they were like signing off, like bye, and they do like bye. Just the sound effect after it, like they were obviously in the sound booth, and he was fucking around, and they were just like, yeah, we're keeping that.
Mm-hmm. I actually re-experienced a beautiful childhood moment because I apparently had once seen not Dragon Ball. No. Wait, hold on. Let me reverse my brain. Bible Black only.
I mean, everyone. If you have watched hentai at some point, you must have seen Bible Black.
Yeah, I've seen clips of the last bit of Bible Black only, which is actually the best bit of Bible Black, but don't question it.
No. You have to watch Gaiden. Gaiden is so good.
Oh man, I might actually go back and watch Gaiden as well then.
It's funny as fuck.
Great.
At least if I'm remembering correctly. Also, don't ask me why I remember her name, but Himari turns into a fucking dom in Gaiden.
So, to repeat my shtick from last time and 5 minutes ago.
For fuck's sake!
Do you want the very old art house hentai?
No, because I already watching that right now. Fucking Agaruter is old enough for me.
Oh, this is older and way more art house.
Fuck no, then.
Or do you want my semi-gay... No, let me rephrase that. Do you want my gay adjacent?
Why do you want me to watch gay hentai? You did this to me last time as well.
It is gay adjacent.
Gay adjacent? Well, then it's just gay. Fucking fine, give me the gay shit.
I turned into a Gyaru and tried out my best friend.
I might actually have watched that.
Kuroka ni katakara shinyu to shimameta.
Yeah, I might have actually watched that, but I'll just make sure.
Alright. Well,
let me just write it down because my stupid head is not going to remember that.
Fortunately for you, this means you do not have to watch an hentai that came out on VHS and has also not been updated to not look like a VHS recording.
I mean, Bible Black also came out on VHS.
Yes, but it's actually somewhat upscaled and fixed.
Okay, give me that again. I turned into a Gyaru.
I turned into a Gyaru and tried out my best friends. Do you want the Japanese title?
Oh no, I'm fine with this. God damn it, autocorrect. No, Gyaru, not guard. And try it out.
I'll find some normal shit for you to watch next time.
I'd enjoy that a lot more.
I was very insistent on this gay. I mean, gay adjacent anyway.
God damn it. Let's see. Because I remembered to think about something to give you, and then I didn't remember to think something to give you. So I'm just going to give you the simplest thing when I think about Bible Black. Discipline.
Discipline. Oh, interesting.
That's literally Bible Black, but in a different universe.
I have seen clips of it before. I'll check that out.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that was easy.
Do you want to do lunch or do you want to do touchy topic?
Well, we're here fucking anyway. We might as well just do the touchy topic.
Did you actually choose a touchy topic?
Yes.
All right.
It's in the document, so...
Yeah, but I split the document up before. It's a long story. Go on.
Fandoms are weird. Yeah, they fucking are.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Ooh. Like, what's some of the worst you've seen from fandoms?
Okay, let me just start off by saying fandoms are weird in the regard that people just blindly following one particular show.
Will they follow one particular thing at a time? They get really hyper obsessed about it.
Yeah, hyper fixated and cannot see fault with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that bothers me because this is going to sound very dumb or privileged or whatever you want to call it. Every time I'm in the special edition, the local manga/anime shop we have, you have some of these people which are very passionately talking about whatever they like. But honestly, whenever I hear people talk very passionately in public about anime, they sound like fucking madmen. They sound like literal man-childs often. They are just like, yeah, but this character is fucking awesome. And I'm just looking at these people and I'm like, you're like 28, 29. Can you... I mean, you can do what you like, but you sound so fucking cringe right now. You're not analyzing anything. You're just like, lol, but Ichigo is fucking strong. He could beat Goku. That's the fucking medium that I hear. And I'm just like, it sounds so dumb. It sounds so dumb. But fandoms in general are just so hyper fixated on it. And just over-analyzing stuff and just giving far too much credit to certain writers and such. Because Akira Toriyama is, once again, the easiest one to pick apart for this. No. He doesn't use Super Saiyan 2 because it's a very inefficient form. No, he literally forgot it was a thing he made. He literally forgot he made that. And the fandom is just like, no. No. It's obviously a ploy to whatever.
Yep. That's kind of, you mentioned that, like that desire to be very constantly positive about a thing.
Yeah.
That in itself is self-contained and cringe, but it gets weird and in kind of a sad way when people get aggressively defensive of the stuff they watch.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
You can't dislike what I like.
You can't dislike what I like. These are my corporate products. Brands are my identity.
Yes. But I have to say, I instantly judge people for when they say what their favorite anime is. Because if you can say to my face, with a straight face, that Sao is the best anime you've ever watched, I'm pretty sure we can never be friends. You cannot watch this and tell me this is the best show you're ever going to see.
I was about to say, you can say it's the best show you've ever seen if that's the first thing you've seen.
Yeah.
Or you've not seen anything significant otherwise. That's all right. That's fair.
That's fair, but then you also have to be open to me saying, well, it's shit. Let me give you some actual anime.
It just kind of stifles discussion.
Yeah.
Especially because a lot of anime really aren't that long. You can't tap into...
No. My point is...
Oh, but they'll find a way, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. Like, when Undertale came out... Oh, God, that's delving into some fucking shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
When Undertale came out, Undertale's a very short and cute game.
Yeah.
But, holy shit, they kept it alive for literal years. Like, for years in a row, I'd find people at the Dutch Comic Con with giant papier-mâché skull masks on, cosplaying as Sans and the like.
Yeah.
They kept that around for so long. There's really not that much to tap into. Yeah, there's story, there's good story, but some of it is implied and you can talk about it.
Many things are extrapolated and people like to feel smart.
Yeah, but how do you keep that going for literal years?
Yeah, I'm going to... this is going to anger a lot of people. I just think, in general, if you're someone who vehemently defends something you watch or enjoy, without seeing fault, you must be kind of dumb. Because if you can be critical of anything that you watch to a certain degree, you don't have a lot of critical thinking ability, in my opinion. I mean,
I can see that, yeah.
I fucking love Gurren Lagann, obviously.
Yeah.
Nobody can see this, but... Well, even the better example is the one you can see. Kingdom Hearts. I fucking adore Kingdom Hearts. But Jesus fucking Christ, it's stupid.
Yeah.
I'll play any new game that comes out. I fucking love Kingdom Hearts. I'll pretty much buy anything related to it. But I can wholeheartedly say that it's dumb as fuck. Tetsuya Nomura shouldn't make new characters. Because every character he makes is just a blonde spiky dude with blue eyes. Which is fine, but yeah. Some people are like, oh, Tetsuya Nomura has this great storytelling. Have you seen Kingdom Hearts storytelling? That ain't great. That's fucking dumb. It's just literally, okay, I made the story. I need to expand upon this, and I'm going to retcon everything in the series.
I'm going to expand on it infinitely and intrinsically.
Yes, and fucking incestually.
That's the word I was looking for, by the way.
Yes.
Not intrinsically.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, if people are just so diehard into a show, I mean, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You can be diehard into a show, but if you can't see fault with it, you can't be that interesting to talk to.
And it gets really awkward in places. It stifles discussion.
I mean, that's why I became friends with you in the first place. Because when we discussed anime, you were like, yeah, I like this. Also, it's fucking shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can appreciate this man. He can shit on things that he likes.
I was about to say, when you named your example of Gurren Lagann and such, every time something new for Lyrical Nanoha comes out, I'm like, yes. And then I cry because it's going to be horrible.
I mean, I like the part where you really like Lyrical Nanoha. And I just shit on it, and you're like, yeah, that's very fair arguments. Doesn't stop me liking it though.
That's the deal you get.
And that's fine, because I have that with shows too. Because I really like Scum Swish, and many people dislike Scum Swish, and I'm just like, I don't know why. It's really good in my opinion.
But I do have to say that fandoms also, I try not to interact with them anymore because they just turn me off in general. Yeah. Because when Attack on Titan came out, I was really in the first season of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, there you call out one fandom that's pretty vehement in general.
And then in the drought that followed season 1, I kind of kept in touch with it. I was like, yeah, I'm excited for season 2. And then I saw where the discussion was headed, like this super obsession. Like, you have this one fucking side character in season 1. It's like Marco.
Yeah.
He's like friends with Jean. Friends.
Yeah.
And people were obsessed about how important he was and making fan art of him and doing super deep theories on how important he was. Like, oh man, this is actually really kind of stupid.
Yeah,
so that kind of deterred me from it.
That's generally the problem I have.
And I never went back for season 2 in the end.
No. A problem for me is when I look up information about anime and I get into some fandom website, I usually just, nope, I'm backing out. Mm-hmm. Because either the information is false, it's dumb, or it's overhyped. It's usually not very factual. Because you have this dude.
That reminds me of some fucking horrible cringe, actually.
You have this dude.
Go on.
Fandoms are often also either misinformed or want to be misinformed about stuff.
Yeah.
Because you have a dude on TikTok and on YouTube, and he's also on Twitch. I'm not calling him by his name because he might get angry. And he just makes these videos full of confidence and just misstates facts. He's like, you have this character in Demon Slayer, and he's the forefather of Tanjiro. No, he has literally nothing to do with Tanjiro. He's not even related, not even tangentially related to Tanjiro. This dude literally just met his father of Tanjiro once. He has nothing to do with him. And he just says that with full confidence, just spreading more misinformation into the fandom. Mm-hmm. And just that kind of thing, just kind of, why?
Yeah, and those kind of people generate their own little fandom, so if you correct them, then his fans get angry.
They get angry at me.
The thing that I remembered when you said fandom sites, I once looked up fandom for a somewhat obscure anime that I watched.
I know where this is going, probably.
I'm not going to call him out because it's probably the one guy that edits that wiki. But I looked it up, and all the information was written as if it's written in character.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so fucking horribly cringe to read through. Oh man. But
yeah.
What I was saying earlier, examples like me getting out of the Attack on Titan fandom because it was just getting too weird. That's also just an example of how fandoms can kind of turn hostile and dirty.
Yeah.
Because Undertale is another good example because so many people just had their first experiences with Undertale ruined because there was this very vehement fandom that was chasing streamers around, telling them how to play the game, what they should do.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue I see with fandoms, because it's often one person that utters their opinion about something, and this entire fandom just encroaches in on them, telling them how trash their opinion is. Mm-hmm. And they're just like, I'm literally one dude. uttering my opinion. You don't even have to interact with me. But then, like, 30, 50, 100, maybe even 1,000 people comment onto your page. No, fuck you, you're wrong, you're dumb, and your opinion isn't valid. And do you see how fucking toxic this is? This is not making me want to watch the show more. It just makes me want to watch the show less and want to hate on your stupid ass choices.
Yeah, that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
It has a very big risk of turning people away from the series and making the community for it increasingly more insular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have anything good to say. Sometimes it's not that bad. Some fandoms are just generally alright. They spread information, they record information accurately.
Yeah, but then it's
works.
usually it is a particular genre of fandom which gets the worst, and that's obviously shonen. Shonen and action in general usually get the worst fucking fandoms. As soon as you get to a wholesome anime like Yuru Camp or whatever, how can you be fucking insular and irate about Yuru Camp? It's hard to be angry about Eurocamp.
The 4chaners that took up camping and accidentally started a forest fire.
Yeah, but that's just dumb.
That's just that's externally toxic.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's not the fault of a fandom.
If I have to give a positive shout out, the Lyrical Nanoa community does a really good job at trying to record the repeatedly rewritten and often not at all localized information that is spread across this entire nightmare of a franchise.
That's where you say it. I think the point of the Lyrical Nanoha fandom is that they know it's a very particular fandom, as in, we kind of know it's not that good, but we enjoy it very much so we want to spread it in that regard. But most bigger fandoms don't have to do that in any sense, so they just self-gratify.
Yeah.
And just grow toxic in that way.
The 32 people that make up the Mongolia Night fandom are currently writing a cooperative Season 2 fanfiction project by role-playing in their Discord channel.
That is a little too ambitious, but okay. Fine.
I admire that they are so in love with this franchise still.
Franchise. Being a big word in this case, but...
It has this, and it has a separate movie that's not part of the series. That is two things. That's a franchise.
Smack the fucking microphone again!
I hope this thing isn't expensive.
You know what? That's a good note to end on.
It was lovely to have you here again.
Yes.
I forgot what role I was supposed to be playing.
The anatomically unaware.
Yes. Well, that's just literally me, actually. That's not a role.
Where's your sternum?
Isn't that like in your throat? Isn't it like one of the bones in your throat that's really important?
No, that's your chest piece. That's the thing I have broken a few times.
Oh, wait, yeah, that's right.
It's a painful one. Where's the clavicle?
That's a music instrument, I think.
That's a clarinet, you ding-dong-it.
We're gonna stop before you just... Stop the stream. Stop it.
Well, this was the Main Protagonist podcast. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.